Hey YouTube, I'm gonna preface this. I was a stereo on 404 here. Sorry about that. I'm gonna preface this by saying that I'm not a gamer. You know, I am. I enjoy games as much as the next guy. I play League of Legends, more or less pretty actively. And I remember as a kid really enjoying Bioshock. Like, I got Bioshock in the orange box around the same time when I got a new computer back then, and I thought those were the best. Bioshock was just beautifully made. It was seamless. It just worked well. And the fact that you're combining this like first-person shooter with these kind of like supernatural powers was awesome. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And to this day, I go back every once in a while and I will play through it. Um, and when I initially saw the initial trailers and such for Dishonored, I was pretty stoked because it looked kind of like the old Bioshock that I enjoyed. I didn't really enjoy Bioshock 2 as much, and I mean you can look it up. It's not as good, but I loved Dishonored. You know, I bought it, and I'm like, this is gonna be great, and it really is. Like, I know a lot of people right now are kind of looking forward to Bioshock Infinite, which, of course, you should be. If you're not, what the hell's wrong with you? But the thing about Dishonored is it is, in many ways, a Bioshock while you wait. It's not a long game. It's actually markedly pretty short, but it's just so immersive. I I usually don't really get like super into games, especially like I'm not a huge like someone who plays a lot of like games with deep immersive stories. I'd usually just rather play something with a really shallow story that has good gameplay. But dear God Almighty, Dishonored had awesome gameplay with an awesome story, and it's just it's so nice to be able to do some of the things you can do in that game. Um, Being able to combo together some of your powers, then like one of my personal favorite combos. And if you haven't played, sorry, spoilers, I guess, kind of. My I think my favorite combo is upgraded bend time with summon rats. So you summon rats, swap to bend time, and then let the rats start killing all your enemies. And while you do that, you just go in and you slice through everyone. And it's just the way that you can just do these really kind of like pretty intricate combos in fights where it's 1 versus 6 is awesome. It's really really cool. Uh, when I think about Bioshock, you can't really do that in the same effect. Like every once in a while when you're fighting in Bioshock, fine, you'll I guess like light a few people on fire and then hit them one at a time, but you're not really able to do any huge crowd control things. You can't really hurt a lot of people with just a couple skills. It does take more planning, I think, in Bioshock. I think Dishonored you can take a bit more of a brute force approach, but it just works. It's just so beautifully done. Um, Now, in terms of things being beautifully done, one of the things that I'm always kind of a stickler for is good graphics. Admittedly, I remember like watching graphics evolve, and I remember watching the first game that I played to completion was Kingdom Hearts. I loved Kingdom Hearts, and I remember watching those first opening animations. My mind was blown because it was just so beautiful. And like now with all the evolution of graphics, it's just everything's so good. Dishonored is just incredible in terms of graphics. The lighting is great. The overall like aura the feeling you get from just like walking around Dunwall and walking around the areas is just so incredibly like detailed. I This is an audacious claim, but I don't think I've seen any games that are that heavily detailed in a long time. And I might even be so bold as to claim that I haven't seen something like that since Bioshock. I mean, oh wait, no, Skyrim. Obviously, Skyrim takes the cake for detail in that respect, but kind of a different style. I mean, Skyrim also is a similar style in some respects, but a different universe entirely. It doesn't hold the same appeal as like Bioshock and Dishonored for me. But I guess I can feel myself on the verge of ranting right now, just because it's such a good game. It's just so much fun to play. It's so much fun to do certain things in there. I guess let me focus in a little bit more on just like recommending it. It's like I said earlier, it is a Bioshock while you wait for Bioshock Infinite. It really integrates a lot of things that made Bioshock as good as it was all together. Like the combat is flawless in my opinion. There are the entire like blocking system, the way that you have counters in your fighting rather than just you just start slashing away or whatever. That works well, surprisingly. Like, you know, it's hard to do that in a lot of games, especially games like this that are relatively open. But doing it well, the way that Bethesda did with Dishonored, it's impressive. And just timing everything is just so beautifully done. You know, I honestly I can't say much more to tell you that this game is just worth. You know, I'd say it's worth buying. I know $60 is a lot, and given it's a relatively short game, the actual story is pretty short, but it's so good. It does have replayability. I haven't gone in and tinkered around with what you can do after the story, but I know it has replayability. And it also has just a lot of side missions. On my runs, I didn't do many of the side missions. I did whatever I could really find. I didn't do too many. But if you're not going to buy it, definitely give it a rental. Call a friend or two. If you're a console gamer, call a friend or two. Rent it from whatever for your PS3 or 360. Just try it out. And I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I'm sure that, and honestly, if you are just someone who kind of wants to see the story, I'm sure that a rental will do you pretty well. You'll have more than enough time to get through the story. I can't honestly say any more about this. This is just it's so good. Like, I'm so excited for when all my midterms and such are done, so that I can just go back and replay through it. Try to do certain things that I found pretty difficult, like try to go through the game without killing anyone, which doesn't sound, initially it's like, that doesn't seem too bad. No, it's hard as shit. Dude, killing people is so much easier. Just go through, slash a neck, you're done. Man, pick up this game. No joke. Just do it. You will be so happy you did. Asterion 404, signing out.